I think I would make Isabella the, I would make her Alice. Perry would be the Cheshire the Cheshire Platypus. Candace would be the Red Queen, with Vanessa as the White Queen. Phineas would be the Mad Hatter, with Ferb as the March Hare, and I don't know, who would be the Dormouse? Who would be the Dormouse? Oh yeah, Doofenshmirtz would be the Caterpillar. Maybe, like, what's his name? Irving. Yeah, Irving can be the Dormouse. There you go. Yeah. There you go. So, yeah, there you go. That's it. I think I got them all. Yeah, there you go. Third question. If the kids, Candace, Vanessa, Jeremy, Stacy, and Doofenshmirtz, were partnered with Toho Kaiju, who would be with who? Okay, Phineas. I always pair Phineas and Ferb because I feel like you can't have one without the other. It's like a two-pack right there. So yeah, Phineas and Ferb. Who would they be? Godzilla. Yeah, Godzilla. Isabella would be paired with Mothra. Buford with Anguirus. Baljeet. Who would be maybe Varen. Let's have fun and have him with Varen. Or Rodan. Yeah, let's go with Rodan. Where did I give fuck it. Candace. Who would Candace have? Batra? Yeah, let's give her Batra. Jeremy. Doofenshmirtz would have Gigan. I'd give Stacy would have Titanosaurus. And Jeremy, you can have King Caesar. There you go. Thank you for those questions, Matt Kaiser. Moving on now to Green Arrow Hunter, who asks, how would you write a Kim Possible Phineas and Ferb crossover? Ooh, I like this. Again, why wasn't this a fucking thing? So how would I write a Phineas and Ferb Kim Possible crossover? I think how I would write it is that maybe Doofenshmirtz wants to do a team up, and he looks into like a phone book for supervillains, and he rings up. He finds Dr. Draken and Shigo. He calls them and proceeds to make like some kind of super awesomeinator. And meanwhile, Kim Possible gets dispatched and teams up with Perry the Platypus. There you go, right there. Boom. Give me a job, Disney. Second question. What lantern colors do you think the characters of Phineas and Ferb would be? Isabella would definitely be a Star Sapphire. I think Phineas would be a Green Lantern, same with Ferb. Baljeet, I don't know. I don't know about the other characters, though. I don't really think, the other lanterns' lights could, I think Heinz would probably get, a orange light, but other than that, I can't really think of anything else. Alright. Third question. Would you like a Perry spin-off series? Maybe. That might be fun, but who knows? I think it's a possibility, but I think you just, you kind of need the rest of the kids there to do, to do that show. But, who knows? Besides, Heinz is now a good guy. He's retired, so, what more can you do? Anyway, alright, thank you for those questions. So the next set of questions come from Kennedy Samara Cody. I do apologize if I completely butchered that last name. I deeply apologize for that. First question. What is your favorite Phineas and Ferb episode? I got a few. The episode where they go looking for the Chupacabra, Isabella's birthday, the two-part time travel episode, the one where they go to Africa, the one where they go to England. The episode, yeah. Yeah, like I said, there's a few. There's a few there. Alright, second question. I was never able to finish the show. Did the boys ever get busted? They did, but it turned out to be a dream sequence in the first season, and then, the do-overinator in the end of the show, so technically they didn't get busted at all. Alright, aside from Marvel, what other crossovers would you do with Phineas and Ferb? I think everyone and their mother wants Phineas and Ferb to meet Gravity Falls. Transformers would be cool, because that would be... Doctor Who, that's the most... Yeah, Doctor Who's the most logical, when you think about it. Doctor Who would be the next logical crossover. Anyway. Thank you for those questions, Kennedy. Moving on now to Alec Johnson, who asks, would you like to see Perry the Platypus get... I kind of already answered that, Alec, sorry. What would happen if Eggman met Doofenshmirtz? Those two would be complaining constantly. Like, you know, my innators could totally kick your robots' ass, Eggman. Oh, bring it on, you skinny bitch. I don't know why I'm having these characters swear so much. Who knows? Alright, third question. Thank you for that question. Third question is, what villains would you like to see Perry fight besides Doofenshmirtz? I think, like, he would be like a fun villain for... God, what's his name? I think I would like to see him, you know... If you've ever seen Star vs. the Forces of Evil, have him fight Ludo. Yeah, there you go. Anyway. Making those questions, Alec. Moving on now to the gangster shy guy, who asks, what would happen if Phineas and Ferb crossed over with Jimmy Neutron? That would be a lot of fun, especially if Jim, you know, I think Phineas and Ferb would, I think Ferb would be jealous that someone is just as smart as them. Like, they would be a little envious about it, and I think they would just be, like, having a, you know, dick measuring contest between their inventions. Yeah. Alright. Second question. Have you ever wondered how Phineas and Ferb became so smart? Not really. Never really occurred to me, honestly. Never really occurred to me once. Alright. Thank you for those questions, Gangster Shy Guy. Moving on now to XP Pastrana, who asks, do you think it would have been cool to see the cast in school? I think it would have been interesting to have, like, them in school. I mean, it worked for Ed, Edd, and Eddy. I mean, it was fun to see that kind of road. And I think it would have been interesting to see them kind of do all these kind of crazy stuff and introduce other characters to have them be part of the show. I think that would have been a lot of fun. So I think the show could work if it was still in school, because then you'd have like you could have them do all these wacky things like a school experiment or something. I don't know. Second question: if Phineas and Ferb cast were video game characters, who would they be? I guess maybe Phineas and Ferb would be Ratchet and Clank. Candace can be the character from Heavenly Sword. Baljeet, you can be Asura, because why not? Isabella can be... Nah, I don't want to say Princess Peach. Princess Zelda. Yeah, Princess Zelda. As for everyone else, you got me. What was I gonna... oh yeah. Third question. Do you think the series would have been better if each season was a different summer? The way they could have seen them grow up. Yeah, that would have been interesting, but I think, you know, we would have gotten to that point where it just would have been a teen drama, and I don't want that. Because that's what At Your Age was. But then again, you know, I think that if they had to do that for a whole season, maybe now that I think about it, they could have done something a little differently. Anyway. Thank you for those questions. Moving on now to Travis Rendon, who asks, do you think the shipping of Ferb and Vanessa could it work? I didn't really get in... You see, here's the thing. I didn't get really into the show until it's towards the end of the series, so I wasn't really into Ferb and Vanessa. And not to say, clearly, because we see in... And that's supposed to be in the episode Act Your Age, they're clearly together, and that's supposed to be in canon. It's not a what-if story, it's supposed to be in canon, so... Yeah, in the end, you know, Ferb and Vanessa get together. There you go. Do you think the Act Your Age special should have been a series finale? Yeah, that's what I feel like it was going for. And third question, favorite doof moment. I already answered this one. Sorry, Travis. But yeah, thank you for those questions. Moving on now to Andre Partridge, who asks, can you think of any other character's childhood in any other cartoon that is actually worse than Dr. Doofenshmirtz? Not really, no. Well, if I was to go by horrible, characters with a horrible background, Guts? Yeah, Guts from, you know, Berserk. I think he had it worse off. Like, I think if Doof was talking about his backstory in a bar, Guts would just be like, and Guts just looks at him and go, Fucking pussy. I was born out of my dead mother's corpse while she hung from a tree. Then I was raised by mercenaries who beat and raped me all the time. And then all my friends turned on me. Ocelots, give me a fucking break. Alright, second question. Do you think that there will be any chance of a spin-off or sequel about Phineas and Ferb in the future, or do you think this is it for the franchise? I would be hopeful that we get something continuing on, and I feel like Disney would want to do something in the future, because that was their longest running show. That really was their longest running show, and I think they might come back to it. I don't know how, but I think if you want to go by spin-offs, how about do Doof 101? It felt like it was a pilot for a new animated show, and having doing a more wackier version of a Magic School Bus. That's what it felt like. It felt like a more hilarious version of the Magic School Bus. So why don't Doofenshmirtz and his daughter going off on wacky school adventures? Where's that? I want that show. Third question: who is your favorite female character on the show? Believe it or not, it's Stacy, because she seemed like she was the most mentally sound. Because Candace is crazy, and also you can't God, she could be annoying at times, and Stacy was there to be the normal girl, and there were some interesting stories with her, and she had some really funny lines, and also Kelly Hu being her voice actress. I'm a fan of her work. You guys probably know, if you watch Arrow, she's China White in that show, and she's also the voice of Devora in MKX, and she's been in a lot of other things. But yeah, I always get excited when she's there, because she's just kind of badass. Oh yeah, she was also Lady Deathstrike in X-Men 2. Anyway. So, there you go, Stacy. Anyway, thank you for those questions, Andre. Moving on now to John Kelly, who asked, name for fan kid of Official Couples Go. Okay, I guess Arthur for Isabella and Isabella and Phineas. Everybody else, I don't know. Anyway, second question. This may be true, but I heard that they're making a spin-off show of the brothers and friends in high school. Thoughts? I don't know. That may be just a rumor. I don't know. And third, third question. And finally, both official Goku and abridged Goku meet the boys and company. What happens? They eat the moment Goku and abridged Goku meet, he was like, finally, we will in the city of Danville, we will determine who is the better I made sandwiches. Oh boy! End scene. There you go. Alright. Thank you for that question, John. Those questions, John. Moving on now to Anthony Ballock. I hope I'm saying that. I do apologize, Anthony, if I butchered that last name. Alright, and his question is, what are some of your favorite Phineas and Ferb songs? I think my favorite is Running from Love, because I just like that kind of groove to it. It's the episode where Buford runs into an old flame of his that came from France. So, I actually really like that episode, and the song going with it is pretty cool too. Also, Isabella's song in Happy Birthday Isabella is pretty fun too. Alright. Thank you for that question, Anthony. Moving on now to ActionFan19, who asks, did you know the guy who played Phineas is in the Maze Runner movies? No, I didn't, because I never watched the Maze Runner movies. Sorry. Yeah, but I know he was in Walking Dead, and I know he became a zombie in Walking Dead. Does that count? Of course it counts. Second question. Even though the evil organization Love Muffin talks big game, do you agree that they would be crushed easily if they met real supervillains? Yeah, they probably would. The group Love Muffin, I think like the Legion of Doom just walks in and goes, "Hey guys, we're shutting you down. Yeah, you guys suck. You guys get beat up by animals. So yeah, we're shutting you down. Don't move. Don't you press that button. Nope.